I've had a lot of teammates fighting and stuff, UFC fights, high-level fights, and I've been there in the trenches, sparring, doing all the good things that we usually do. I feel like I've improved a lot in the last year, which is good.
Tom Aspinall just laughed when he heard Ciryl Gane's plan to drag him into deep waters at UFC 321, and that smirk might be the scariest thing we've seen all week, because every single fighter who's ever said those same words ended up drowning before the first round even ended.
Did he actually use the word deep waters?
He did.
If I want, I can go also really fast at the very first round, and maybe to go on the deep water with Tom Aspinall this year.
Everybody who said the word deep waters gets knocked out in the first minute.
But this time, things feel different. Gane swears he's ready to expose Aspinall's cardio, stretch him past the storm, and prove the Brit can't swim when the fight gets gritty. The problem? Tom's been here before, and he's left every challenger gasping for air in under 90 seconds. And just wait until you hear what Gane said about Aspinall's ridiculous face-off habit. That small jab might have sparked something big. Keep watching, because what's coming next could decide the entire future of the heavyweight division.
I think everybody's seen me go in there and get quick finishes. So me and I've got one of the best heavyweight teams in the world, if not the best heavyweight team, some of the best minds in the game, some of the best training partners in the game. We actually discussed, and we've shown what we can do, shown how dangerous I am, and we're going to switch it up this time, and we're going to go out there and win a boring split decision.
This fight isn't just about gold, it's about identity. Two of the most athletic heavyweights on earth, both representing completely different philosophies of combat. Aspinall's a storm, fast, explosive, ruthless. Gane's a tactician, smooth, patient, methodical. It's chaos versus calculation. And if you think this is another one-round massacre, think again. Aspinall's the betting favorite, nearly 5-1, but he's not buying the hype. Odds don't fight, he said before. And while fans think Gane's outmatched, Tom sees something different. A man who's been in title fights, taken losses, but never stopped chasing greatness.
There's this notion with the media and maybe the fans that Cyryl's not very good, which is just complete bullshit. I think that he's really, really good. He's super talented. He's been at the top of division for a number of years, which is not easy to do. He's been an interim champion himself. He's obviously had 2 title shots for the undisputed title as well. So I think the guy's really good. I've took him extremely, extremely seriously. The fact that people expect it to be an easy fight, I don't read into that at all. I think I'm prepared for a really, really hard.
Still, Aspinall's not playing it safe. Behind the jokes and that charming grin, he's been grinding, sharpening everything from his timing to his grappling to his mental game. He even joked that maybe this time he'll go for a boring split decision, just to mess with everyone's expectations. But make no mistake, when that cage door closes, he's coming for blood. Gane, meanwhile, isn't backing down either. He fired back recently, calling Aspinall's habit of touching opponents' shoulders during face-offs ridiculous. Said if Tom wants to measure reach, he should do it on a wall. It was lighthearted, but in fight psychology, even a joke can plant a seed.
Gane, very safe striker. Doesn't fully commit with big shots all the time. He picks his shots. How does that work against Tom Aspinall? He's one of the most explosive guys. He's the fastest heavyweight I've ever seen. And I think he just bits us straight through Gane, to be quite honest, whether it's a takedown or even with the strike.
And the MMA world? They're divided. Daniel Cormier says this fight is pure high-level chess, a clash of IQs, not just fists. But Chael Sonnen isn't buying the hype. He says the heavyweight division's lost its spark since John Jones stepped away, and that Aspinall versus Gane might not bring the fire back. But even he admits, if Tom destroys Gane, the heavyweight picture could explode wide open. Stay with me, because what Ian Gary said next changes everything.
Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I'm sorry, for me, I'm a fan of Ciryl Gane as well. I just feel like Tom Aspinall is the next generation of the same thing we saw the likes of John Jones doing in terms of the dominant fashion that he took over his division. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Tom Aspinall. That style at heavyweight is unseen. Ciryl Gane has a little bit of a bounce to him as well. I just don't think he's got the same snap and power that Tom Aspinall has, as well as the ground game as well. Although you probably won't see it in this fight, I feel like he could get a knockout in this fight.
Gary's take was blunt. This is Aspinall's real coronation. He believes Tom's rise was so fast that fans didn't even have time to appreciate how good he really is. Winning the title after Jon Jones's exit left some doubters calling him a paper champ, but if he smashes Gane, those voices vanish forever. This isn't just a defense, it's a legacy fight, and if you think that's dramatic, wait till you hear who else is backing Aspinall to dominate.
We finally got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chael, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Ciryl Gane plus 265.
Jailton Almeida, one of the top contenders, says Tom's mindset is on another level. He even hinted that Gane might be distracted, chasing acting roles and fame instead of the grind. Aspinall's different, he said. He's locked in. He's built for this. Inside Tom's camp, the energy matches that confidence. His training partner Martin Boudet said it best. This is the sharpest I've ever seen him. Every spar, every drill, it's been laser-focused preparation for a single mission dominance.
If he's gonna go up to heavyweight, shouldn't he be coming after the heavyweight champion? Jon is the right size. Dana gave a resistance to the idea. In fact, he did it directly to me. He asked me, Chael, have you met Tom? Tom is huge. Tom is 260 plus pounds of muscle. But that isn't the issue with Jon. As a matter of fact, Pereira just walking around weighs more than Jon weighs. Jon at heavyweight has weighed 236 pounds. Pereira weighs 244 pounds. Now, why Jon? What would they be fighting for? If you're gonna put that fight together, what do you do with Tom? It would seem if you have Jon Jones back, Jon Jones versus Tom would be the fight. It would seem if Pereira moved into heavyweight, champion versus champion, not champion versus former champion or champion versus...
But not everyone sees another quick knockout. Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight king, thinks Gane could finally drag Aspinall into uncharted waters. Pereira believes the Frenchman's calm, strategic approach might frustrate Tom, force him to slow down, adapt, maybe even question himself mid-fight. Could Gane finally be the man to survive that opening storm? Stick around, because if that happens, we might see a version of Aspinall we've never seen before.
I don't see that fight getting out of the first round. Right. I think Tom is phenomenal. I think he's absolutely the best heavyweight we've ever seen in the UFC. I said to him, it sucks to win the belt that way, to be the champion this way, that no one's going to remember that in 3 fights time. They're just going to remember what you've done and that you are the champion of the world and you're the best in the division, and that's it.
Aspinall beats Gane. You know, it seems like Gane has other priorities in his life right now, and once you're fighting at this level, there can be no other priority. You know, if you're fighting at this level, if you're fighting for the heavyweight crown of the UFC, you have to be all in, and it doesn't seem like that's the case for Gane right now. So I don't know, you know, and that's the thing. I get it that he's taking it, because, you know, who's not going to take another title fight for the heavyweight belt? But I think, you know, his priorities are in a different place now.
As fight night looms, one question echoes louder than the rest. What happens when unstoppable meets untouchable? Will Aspinall storm through another opponent like a wrecking ball? Or will Gane's precision finally break the pattern? One punch could end it in 60 seconds, or we might be about to witness a 5-round war that redefines the heavyweight division.
Like, I love Tom Aspinall and like his team, his father, like everyone in that team. So I'm really looking up to that fight, and I will be cheering for Tom. I think he will secure like a spectacular win and finish in that and like defend the title. So I'm very happy for him. I'm really happy that I can be there and train with them. I'm really thankful. For the last fights, I was preparing with them, so they really affected my game plan, my style, and everything. So I will be going there soon. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for them all, and for Tom especially. He's my good friend.
What do you think about like Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like, who do you think you will win? Is the winner something that interests him?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas pô, o Tom Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante. Mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também, assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane, ele é um cara assim mais, que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver, vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round e vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys, and I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot, and might frustrate Tom. You know, so first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane, so.
Either way, UFC 321 won't just crown a winner. It'll expose the truth about who really runs this era of heavyweights. Stay tuned because this one could change everything.